Well, what are your thoughts, Chris? Because he had a totally different take when you asked him on Fox News Sunday.
It was a month ago, right here at this table, a debate, Crist and Rubio. I asked Crist 5 times whether or not he was going to run as an independent, and people said to me afterwards, why'd you keep asking him? And I said, well, he kept saying, no, he wasn't going to run as an independent. He was going to stay in the Republican Party. Yeah. But his body language, his eyes, everything about him said to me, no, I'm going to run as an independent. Right. So I kept asking, and he kept saying it, and yeah, he's out. And it's going to be a very competitive race and a very interesting race, and we'll say something not only in Florida, but around the country, as Arlen Specter does, about whether or not the party, the Republicans, are going to be hurt by moving somewhat to the right, as they are in Pennsylvania and Florida.
And, Chris, in fact, part of your interview with him a month ago is part of a brand new Marco Rubio ad talking about, look, he said this, and yet there he goes and does that. Charlie Crist himself was on a morning show this morning, and he was asked directly, are you deserting your party? And he said this.
There's no desertion by anybody. This is an embracing of all the people. As I said before, this is supposed to be about the people. It is supposed to be their choice. I want to give them that opportunity, that choice, and let their voices be heard. That's why I'm going straight to November. Let all the people make this decision. It's too important. We have almost 20 million people live in this state. Each and every one of them should have the opportunity to choose their next United States Senator.
Okay, so Chris, you know, we've all seen these polls. Some say that if he were to run as an independent, he would beat Marco.
No, he's losing by 7 in the latest poll. What's your take on that?
Well, I think that you have to compare it to what the situation was going to be if he stayed in the Republican primary. And clearly, most outside observers, and he and his inside people, thought he had no chance in the GOP primary, that he was going to get beat. Latest polls, he was down by more than 20 points, and so that this was the only chance he had. Now, some people will say, you know, I find it so interesting for him to say, I'm not deserting the party, I'm giving everybody. When I asked him the question 5 times a month ago, just a month, we're not talking about 6 years ago, he said, no, I'm a proud Republican. So it's really quite stunning.
Well, he still is, Chris. I mean, let's call a spade a spade. He wants to win the election, so he has to become an independent, even though he's still a Republican.
Absolutely. I mean, I don't know that he's going to win, but it's the only chance that he saw that he had. Now, some people will say, you know, why didn't you drop out of the race? You could have run against Bill Nelson, the Democrat, in 2 years. But I think he felt, you know, that his brand of republicanism, and especially the fact that he embraced literally and figuratively the Obama stimulus and President Obama in February of 2009, just had killed him inside the Republican Party. Incidentally, I don't know if I said it, we're going to have Marco Rubio on the show live on Sunday to talk about all of this.